The first episode of a show should be a smooth introduction, and these TV pilots are the most well-crafted ones. In the age of streaming, there are so many great sitcoms, along with dramas, thrillers, and sci-fi, and it's easy to become used to checking out shows months after they've been added to platforms. Maybe friends have recommended them, or we finally get around to watching them after years of buzz. In the past, however, we sat down to watch a pilot, became engaged in the compelling characters and memorable settings, and didn't want to miss a single episode. From a coming-of-age series to several unique dramas, these pilot episodes are still worth discussing. The O.C., 2003 to 2007. The O.C. pilot makes us care about the characters immediately while delivering plenty of drama, and the show became such a big hit because it balanced those two elements perfectly. We feel terrible for Ryan Atwood, Ben McKenzie, who gets in trouble thanks to his older brother and begins living with the Coens. From nerdy, smart, and compassionate Seth Cohen, Adam Brody, to mysterious Marissa Cooper, Misha Barton, and her best friend Summer Roberts, Rachel Bilson, we're fascinated by these wealthy California high schoolers. While the iconic teen drama falls off in later seasons, especially after Marissa's tragic death, the pilot is a great reminder of how good it was at the beginning. Suits, 2011 to 2019. Since Suits is anything but a regular old legal drama, the pilot episode needed to get that point across, and it does so flawlessly. New hire Mike Ross, Patrick J. Adams, and Harvey Specter, Gabriel Marked, quickly become a heartwarming and hilarious duo, and it's fun to watch them address several complications and obstacles. The Suits pilot lets us know the show will be funnier and more relatable than somber legal dramas with disturbing cases every week, and it feels like a fun, comforting watch right away. Prison Break, 2005 to 2017. The first episode of Prison Break has quite the hook. Michael Scofield, Wentworth Miller, is in prison because he wanted to be. The main character is immediately likable because he wants to find a way to get his brother Lincoln Burrows, Dominic Purcell, out of prison, since he's not actually guilty. Although later seasons and the Prison Break revival aren't anywhere near as well crafted as this pilot, at least viewers were thrilled at the start and could dive into a solid story. Between hoping Michael will be okay and wondering if his idea is going to pan out, the series perfectly matched action with emotion. Frasier, 1993 to 2004. Frasier Crane's, Kelsey Grammer, entertaining job as a radio host is explored in the Frasier pilot, along with his unlikely new roommate, his dad Martin, John Mahoney, and sometimes frustrating relationship with his brother Niles, David Hyde Pierce. The popular 1990s sitcoms themes of family, love, and happiness are hinted at, but the joy of this episode is being introduced to the clever and capable Roz Doyle, Piri Gilpin, who produces Frasier's show. The Good Place, 2016 to 2020. The Good Place's big twist may be its major selling point, but the first episode is still fascinating, which proves how excellent this sitcom is. It's hard not to be drawn into the new world Eleanor Shellstrop, Kristen Bell, is living in, and we want to know everything about how this heaven works. Since Eleanor is a bad person who made mistakes on Earth, The Good Place examines what it means to be kind versus selfish. The pilot sets up the show's main philosophical message about being compassionate towards others, with plenty of humor and quirks along the way. ER, 1994 to 2009. In contrast to other medical dramas that start off with soap opera-esque plotlines, like Meredith Grey, Ellen Pompeo, and Derek Shepherd's Patrick Dempsey, secret one-night stand before her first day, the ER pilot shines by sweeping us up in the fast-paced, heartbreaking, and hopeful world of a Chicago hospital. From smart, naive John Carter, Noah Weil, to the more experienced Peter Benson, Eric LaSalle, and Doug Ross, George Clooney, the ER doctors are so fun to watch because they are so capable. It's clear that the show will focus on the emotional experiences patients have as much as the dramatic ways the doctors will try to save them. Better Call Saul, 2015 to 2022. A black and white opening scene cemented the Better Call Saul pilot as exciting and well done. The beautiful opening of Bob Odenkirk's character, who now calls himself Gene Takovich, working at a Cinnabon, makes us wonder why he looks so sad. After finding out he's really Jimmy McGill, it's easy to want to keep tuning in until his true self is revealed. Although the pilot handles all the necessary setup of a Breaking Bad prequel, it's never boring, and the final scene ends on an unsettling, violent, and harsh note. It's clear that Jimmy is one of the smartest and most resilient TV drama characters. The Walking Dead, 2010 to 2022. After watching Days Gone By, The Walking Dead's successful 11-season run makes total sense. It's hard to forget Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln, pulling a gun on a zombie who he thought was a young girl, or Rick waking up in a hospital with blood everywhere. The Walking Dead pilot sets up a scary post-apocalyptic world and has a perfectly chilling final scene of zombies, known as walkers, who have taken over Atlanta. The episode blends horror with strong characters, and it's clear that everyone will be figuring out who they can trust. Mad Men, 2007 to 2015. The Mad Men pilot accomplishes a lot, from setting up Don Draper's, Jon Hamm, impressive career in 1960s advertising to sharing that he's unfaithful to his wife, January Jones. It's obvious that Don is used to getting whatever he wants, and while his childhood trauma will be explained later, we can tell he's unhappy and haunted. The most engaging part, though, is the introduction of Peggy Olson, Elizabeth Moss, who starts as a secretary but will later become a copywriter. When she tries to flirt with Don and he explains he knows what she's doing, Mad Men deliberately sets up their complex dynamic. The West Wing, 1996 to 2006. Sometimes a TV drama pilot is so smooth that you just know the show will be a hit, and that's how viewers likely felt watching the fast-talking and clever characters on Aaron Sorkin's beloved and chatty political drama. From introducing the smart, passionate people who work for President Jed Bartlet, Martin Sheen, to the goofy yet believable storyline of him driving his bike into a tree, The West Wing Gilmore Girls, 2000 to 2007. Many of us consider the Gilmore Girls pilot our favorite episode, and there are so many reasons why. From watching Rory, Alexis Bledel, and Lorelai, Lauren Graham, hang out at Luke's diner to getting to know talented, chatty chef Suki St. James, Melissa McCarthy, and Rory's BFF Lane Kim, Keiko Agena, it's a great introduction to Star's hollow life. Most importantly, though, the first episode lets us know about the central conflict, which is Lorelai's tough relationship with her parents, Emily, Kelly Bishop, and Richard, Edward Herman. As she asks them to pay for Rory's Chilton private school education, we realize this is going to be a lengthy road, and we're curious if they can fix things. Friends, 1994 to 2004. The 6 best friends are, of course, the main draw for every episode of Friends, from goofier moments like the beloved Thanksgiving episodes to somber storylines like Monica Geller's, Courtney Cox, sad breakup with Richard Burke, Tom Selleck. The pilot works so well,